is the one awkward thing about second pick, is that sometimes your lanes are just a little wonky. And now Ogre's a hero that's very difficult to bring down. Someone with a lot of base armor, so the Tusker tag team isn't going to have too much like, it's still going to be a lot of damage, but if Ogre gets caught by the Tusk as like first blood, it's not really the hero they want to try and kill because of how difficult it'll be.
10 seconds remaining.
Because I'm going to presume that if they find the Ogre, there will be some protection for him as well.
Remaining.
So it's a lot better than like some squishy support getting caught. And I think also Ogre against the Phoenix, I'm a huge fan of. I've seen a lot of Phoenix and Ogres as a support duo just because it feels nice to be able to take the Ogre away from the enemy team. It's just the bloodlust. It's just a natural way to be able to buff up your team's attack speed to be able to deal with the egg. It's just, not only does it now have, you've got multiple ways to deal with the Phoenix egg, you now have an Ogre who's a very strong laning support, and he's just going to be able to buff up your core's farming speed as well. As we do see though, Newbee, they're going to pick up a Lesh here, so a lot of magic damage with this Lesh strike here. We see it a lot against the illusions. Maybe they were worried. I think they actually might have been worried about a Phantom Lancer. Tusker's very kind of single target. PL can get out of the shards and the snowball. Very good against the Phoenix. I wonder, I actually think this could be preemptively to deal if to kind of prevent IG from going for a Phantom Lancer. I like the pick if that's the case, if the reason is that why they do go for it. It's hard to tell because I don't think they'll pick it now. And then if they pick it, then it's like, well, I guess PL is actually the hero that they think is going to win them the game, even into this matchup like the Lesh. Because we always see the Lesh Bander against the Phantom Lancer. Usually Timber as well, but not Timber's always like first phase banned, so we don't really see that matchup anymore. Usually like in the second phase we saw like the Lesh and Timber to protect the Phantom Lancer if you fourth picked it in the first phase of that. What are they gonna do? Okay, so they have to reveal something. It just depends on if they want to. What are they more worried about not getting banned pretty much? Because they've got the back-to-back pick. It's just in case of if they don't pick something here, then it's going to get banned in the next phase. That's pretty much the way I'm looking at it at the moment. They can still lane the laner with the Mars, but it looks like they will now with the Storm getting picked up. This is a very comfortable hero for Emo. I'm just worried that the rotations with Tusker might be a little bit too much for them to handle. I think Newbee go like a TA and they just run over this game. I think TA can be a little slow, but against the Storm, you actually hit a good timing before the Storm comes online. It's a very good lane matchup and a game counter. And I actually think TA's, as the game goes on, is very good against the Storm. I don't think they will TA though from Newbee. I think that's still flexible if they want to put the Lesh mid or safe lane. It kind of depends on, well, what's a support duo going to be? It feels like a Lesh Tusk potentially plus like a Phoenix feels very awkward. Like I think you want more of a physical damage dealing hero to be able to pair up with the Tusk. So I think you're fine with putting the Lesh mid. I also don't mind the Lesh versus Storm anyway. We will see the Ursa picked up though from Invictus Gaming. So Ursa with Ogre is super nice. You're just amplifying it with the Bloodlust. We see a lot of time like I think it's very similar with the Monkey King. Like the Ursa and Monkey King very much rely on the right click, stacking up the Furious White, stacking up the Jingu stacks, and the Ogre is going to be able to amplify that with the Bloodlust early. So Newbee kind of on the same path. I think the Monkey King would have been better team fight wise because you have the protection and all the stuns.
You may now select your heroes.
It's a very good Lycan game. I actually really like this Lycan. I think Newbee take this game actually. Wait, hang on, let's see. Well, the Ursa lane should beat the Legion. You can't aggressively try with the Lycan against the Ursa as well. I think if you aggro try into that, you actually might be in trouble. Tusker Phoenix. That's a pretty cool Phoenix set as well. I will add to that. Everyone's actually got some pretty cool sets at the moment. Mars is... Does Mars have any items? I know he just has the spear, which is pretty cool, but I keep saying cool. It is honestly pretty cool. Cool. As soon as whenever I recognize I say a word, I just have to like say it a bunch and then it's like out of the system. If that makes any sense. But I actually like the newbie lineup. I think the Lycan should have a relatively good game. As soon as he gets... The only way you really control him through ulti is the arena. Like, it's going to be very difficult to hit the LSA. But yeah, he wants a BKB this game. You kind of have to kite the Ursa, which the Lycan should be able to, and I think they've got a decent way to kite him. I also think that the Storm isn't going to get a whole lot out of this. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the map, I think, from Newbee. Tuskar can rotate early. My only one question is how they set up the lanes, if they are going to try lane a little bit at the start. They might just sack the Legion, because I actually don't know how much the Tuskar is going to be able to do with the Legion against an Ursa Ogre. So they might just sack the Legion and try and secure that the safe lane for them, which I wouldn't mind. I will also add that I'm a huge fan of Leshrac actually against the Storm. I think this matchup's really good. I often say that Leshrac against someone like an Ember Spirit or a Puck, it's very difficult to provide any catch because they have two instant casting abilities that are very good defensively, the Slight, or if Pucks regard the Phase Shift, whereas the Storm, the ultimate, it's got a little bit of a cast animation. Now, it's not too long, but a majority of the time it is enough to be able to allow the Leshrac to find the Ewes into Split Earth combo. So that's one thing I will add. They don't have a whole lot of lockdown from Newbee. Yeah, maybe if the Legion is able to find... He actually doesn't... They're going to give a ward over to JT. Okay. And he might try and get aggressive with this ward and maybe put it to try and scout at the lanes. Or... well, did they snow? Waxy didn't see that. Okay. I don't think they're going to scout out. Like, it'll be too late anyway, so they probably wouldn't be aware of this. Okay, so we'll see the lane set up afterwards. But Wizard has a Windlace. I imagine Waxy just probably cuts the wave. They might actually be able to get... Yeah, nice, okay. So we'll be a 2 for 2. The one big thing is I think I'm a huge fan of Tuskar's getting first blood by the bounties. I think they have a high amount of kill threat. And Tuskar's a hero that you really want to utilize that tag team early because it's just so much damage that you're really not used to in a way. Like, it's just so much amplification early on. I don't... maybe with a lot of points in odds, they might be able to man fight the Ursa heroes. We see Fly. Yeah, there we go. Ursa's taking a lot of damage. One more right click. Oh, he's gonna drop. Very nicely done. I thought a couple more odds might be able to find the kill, that like higher levels. I thought later on they might have more kill threat, but that's a good start. And now Waxy is also able to drag the lane. Might end up getting his Koro killed. He's also going to block the hard camp. So now, I mean, Ursa is not a hero that wants to farm under the tower. You have to utilize the Fury swipes to get that damage multiplier. But now they're going to be able to deny probably a full wave. You see, it looks like the creep's gone underneath the tower long enough, so it looks like he should be able to get a couple of... it looks like a couple of creeps won't end up falling. You also see Ollie's doing very good on the creep aggro to be able to drag the Radiant's creeps to the range, just being able to kill that fast enough. So yeah, he's not going to miss a whole lot there. I don't know why the music's so loud. I believe Mugi did lose his Cory. Yep. He's also going to go Helm Dom. Actually, this could be not bad. I was going to say I think he needs like Necros into BKB Rush, but I think the Helm Dom could be nice for the help control against the Storm. And it's also kind of nice against the Ursa. Like, you can go like get Centaur Conqueror, maybe even the Dark Troll Summoner. But Waxy, they will see the rotation very shortly. This is a difficult movement, but they've kind of I don't know. I don't want to say secured top, but Wizard has boots in Windlace, so it looks like the Legion really just wants to pull the wave. I don't think he goes back to this lane. Once the range creep, is he going to cut through? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. And now the support won't really be able to do anything. It looks like Ollie's mid. I brought up, I think, earlier today that I'm a huge fan of the 1v1 matchup that we've been seeing. It looks like both supports are going to help out. They were kind of aware of the Tuskars' movements. But they've done enough. They've secured top. Like, they got a kill up on the Ursa's first blood. Now Legion has boots and Winlay, so we'll just be able to drag the wave back and get... honestly, the more important thing is you're getting a little bit of gold, but it's the experience, and you're not getting completely zoned out. In a matchup where Ursa should honestly be able to demolish that lane, I'd say you're pretty happy with the start that Newbee had been able to get. That was the one thing I was a little worried about, like the Ursa matchup. It kind of depended on if they were able to like how the Tusker was going to be able to play. If he was going to put a lot of emphasis top or just kind of try lane, but dude, wow, fly. What's he missing here? He's not going to miss anything. Maybe, oh no, should be able to get that CS as well. Okay, so actually don't do a relatively good job there. Wizard comes over. He does have to be careful. Once Wizard gets a couple more points in the odds, I think he might be able to man fight. Snowball forward. Overwhelming odds with the tag team combination. They'll secure the kill. Beautifully done. I thought they might have had to get the odds plus damage with the creeps, but it didn't actually matter there. Fly struggling. Should be able to get that. Yeah, he did. All right, nice. Looks like the power ends up top. Oh, that's a DD as well from AQ, and that Tusker is also in the area. So Ollie's just completely ditched top. But I feel like he's not really doing... I guess he's just... I think Ollie has to mirror the movements from the Tusk. Either the... I think Kaka probably has to, or Ollie. But Kaka right now kind of wanted to lane with JT. And you see the Wolves and Fire Spirits are so annoying. So the one big issue is that Tusker is just kind of having these free movements, and Dire don't have the information on him at the moment. This could be a kill mid, actually. AQ with the Lightning Storm, slow. Needs a couple more right clicks. Oof, wow, that stick keeps him alive there. So they probably have a good understanding why he's top, because he didn't help mid. And you see they're going to double observe ward as well in case the wraparound. But here we go. Fly might be in trouble here. Nice shards, blocks him off. Wizard doesn't have mana for the overwhelming odds. Waxy won't have a mango to give him the necessary amount as well to be able to cast this. But now Phoenix has committed the dive. He might be able to get enough that right click to kill Kaka. Oof, quick fairy fire. Looks like even the storm's going to show. Oh. Ollie just, because the... Yeah, whose Iron Branch was that? I think it was Wizards. Did he eat it? Yeah, he did. Yeah, Ollie really has to mirror the movement to the Tusk. He's going to go mid now. Should reveal there's a ward. I mean, they saw him run past with the ward available, so... They're actually going to see the scan, so they might think he places on the backline here. That actually might be enough for the scan connecting to think that ward isn't on the high ground. I want to see where they place the sentry, but I like what Ollie's doing now. He's mirroring the movements. Waxy's going to know there's a ward at least in that area. But this is the kill threat. The Tusk is going from lane to lane, putting a lot of threat onto the Ursa, pump faking, potentially finding kills mid as well. So I'm a huge fan of what they're being able to do here. But Kaka actually denies the haste, but it looks like AQ is still going to end up falling here. Storm doesn't have too much mana to play around with, but looks like the last zip forward. Be able to secure the kill there. Very nicely done. Dire are doing still well in CS. Like, even though the Ursa has those 2 deaths, Wizard has been able to get a decent chunk out of this lane, which I'd say you're pretty happy with. But we'll see how Mugi is going to be able to transition. Lycan is not the greatest laning core. Like, you don't really offer a way to really zone anyone out. Like, not a whole amount of kill threat. So it looks like IG have been able to have a relatively good time down bot. Kaka actually doesn't even have headdress or Bassi in this lane, which I think is kind of fascinating. Considering kind of the constant spam from the Phoenix, I thought he might actually go headdress, but... Actually, is anyone going headdress? Did no one go it? Phoenix doesn't even either. Okay, wow. Interesting, but Mugi's probably going to go back to the jungle. As soon as the neutrals come through, a lot of the time we kind of see teams, they'll stack up camps and then they'll try and claim them as soon as that 7 minutes pops up so they can try and find all these neutral items, as we see a couple are getting claimed now from both the teams, but nice attempt. Very high kill threat on Storm. You see how much emphasis they're trying to put mid. Did they? Yeah, they say, there you go. There is a sentry on the back. And Dire lost their ward as well because the Tusker got clipped by the tower when he ran past. So he was well aware that there was a ward in the vicinity. But, you know, still, Invictus Gaming, they do have this net worth lead. You know, even though top's gone as well as it has, still even in the kill count. Radiant have, oh, again, apologies, Fly falls. First duel victory and a rotation for the Leshrac secures the kill. I'm kind of surprised Lesh doesn't stay top. Oh, he's also going to scout him out as well. So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised the Lesh doesn't stay top because I don't think they push mid. And you could just probably give this lane to the Lycan while he's in the vicinity. Or even a support as well. Because they'd be able to take the tier 1 tower or at least put a lot of pressure on it when the Ursa's dead. He's got 3 points in the Edict as well. But it looks like AQ just wants to come back and try and get a little bit more farm. So, nice movement from them. A first duel victory for the game. Where is it? Gotta be careful here. He's got phase boots and soul ring. I don't think this is a hero you're able to kill. And now Ollie. They do have 2 in the tag team. Waxy has a Desolator queued up. I mean, we'll see how he's able to go. I mean, I'm not a hater. I'm all about a Tusker Desolator. Go for the go plays a core, brother. But yeah, they're going to make a lot of movements. I believe this Absorb Ward scouts out the Leshrac, so they're well aware of this. They might be able to catch someone before they disengage fast enough. A nice charge from Waxy. Firefly's going to try and man-fight here, but he could be caught out here with the duel. Won't be able to get the ultimate off fast enough. And now Ola's going to get chased underneath the tower. That is a beautiful movement from Newbee. Thought they were going to do it a little bit when AQ found that duel victory beforehand, but instead they wait till Lycan makes his farming rotation up to the top side of the map. Finds a kill with a shapeshift. They'll find a tier 1 tower. In the meantime, Faith, getting a lot of solo experience down bot, is going to hit level 6 before the 10-minute mark. All in all, game's going well for Newbee. They don't have the net worth lead, but I'd say you're incredibly happy with what's happening throughout the game. Faith, though, he might be in trouble here. Dive's going to destroy the tree, so they'll be able to chase through. Nemo's going to be able to find his second kill of the game as well. I don't take objectives fast as well. This is what I mean, we've seen a couple of Urshas, a couple of Storms as well today. These are heroes that don't take objectives fast at all, and now they're just going to lose mid. So Storm with that rotation frees up the middle lane, and they won't be able to do anything. Newbee are on really good track to be able to take, get a firm grasp of this game. I don't know how much I like Wizard going for the blink. They do lack some form of initiation, like it's kind of just the Lesh and Lycan running at you. So I guess if they're too worried about that, I thought he would have tried to go for a little bit of utility. Also, he might go like Halberd afterwards or something. Who they can find JT? Where's the Legion? Not in this area. So JT commits the ultimate here. They tried to make a movement down to try and protect the tower. Lycan's ultimate is not up just yet. He's also got the Alpha Wolf as well. Increase a lot of the farm. So Newbee doing a good job. They've been able to drag this net worth lead back in their favor. It's very early on though, and a very minimal lead as well. But JT with the ulti on cooldown, could be difficult. Radiant can bait this. I mean, they've got the Phoenix Egg. They actually feel pretty content with taking this engagement here with Rose Punch. Kaka, half his HP just evaporated, but looks like Tuskar's going to be in trouble. They get the duel. AQ with the damage is enough. They will be able to find the Lina. They're going to try and turn attention to the Egg, and with all heroes collapsing on top of it, they will be able to bring down Faith, but it looks like what's the price? New AQ, so has a fair decent chunk of minutes to work around with, but looks like Emo able to dodge the split earth, will keep himself alive. JT relatively tanky as well with the hood. Wizard? Uh-oh, he's in trouble though. Very nicely done. That's a triple kill for Emo. And now even Waxy is going to come back down bot. I wonder if he kills JT. I actually don't think he does. No, oh, because the Bulwark, he faced the wrong direction. So yeah, JT is just dead there. Looks like, I don't think Storm had a lot of mana as well, so they're just going to dip out. Lycan did have ulti. He's going to have to pop it here defensively now. Wants to try and force something out of Firefly or maybe a rotation. With the Conqueror, no, Firefly's fine. That's important. I'm actually surprised Mugi didn't TP down bot because he did have the ulti. Looks like he still wanted to try and get that Necro one before he made the first big movement. So, Dire know that Shapeshift's on cooldown now. So they can kind of go straight back down to bot if they want to, and it looks like they're already positioning with this. Emo's already got Kaya, so Emo's actually 5-0-1. It's going to be a difficult game to be able to catch the Storm. I think they have to duel him every single time. And Dai don't have any kind of defensive supports or any defensive ways to keep Emo alive. So I'm a little worried in that regard. But they're going to smoke up. I really like this. Straight away drawn out though. Faith is well aware of this. So Emo's going to be able to take a tower. Looks like instead Invictus Gaming, they're going to wrap around. They do have the ward on the high ground actually. So they know, I believe they would have seen the Phoenix backing out of the lane. So instead, Radiant, they're just going to take over the northern jungle here. Very important that Radiant have control of this top side because Ursa's a hero that has very much utilizes taking the first ages. A hero that does not snowball into the late game. Mugi, that ult is still on cooldown. You just farm there way too long. He does have a couple of heroes in the backline, but I don't think they're going to be able to get there fast enough. Mugi will drop. Ooh, okay. Okay. Struggle bus. This should give Dire a good opportunity to be able to deal ward as well in the meantime. There's only one ward right now for Radiant at the moment. I mean, I think... I can't remember if it was today. Oh, actually, Ollie. He's going to run up the high ground with the Jewel. Looks like Waxy actually doesn't use the tag team. That would have secured the kill. He doesn't use any abilities there. I guess he just wanted to... yeah. So they'll find the kill. They're going to smoke up instantly. They could Roche with tag team maxed out, actually. This is... Alright, I rate this a lot. If they I brought up, if they take away Roche from Dire, this is incredibly important. They do scan, however, but do they have the ability to be able to contest this? JT does have the arena. Faith with the ultimate still available. Ooh, I'm gonna... Okay, shapeshifts up. Jewel's gonna be up in a couple seconds as well. Alright, this is big. We're going to see a fight around Roche. One team cannot let it go. Now Mugi shots. Is it going to block him? Firefly. It's a nice arena. Traps in 3, but now the egg as well. It's on the far western side. They won't be able to deal with the LSA onto 3. It's so much damage from Akaka. The egg's going to end up popping, but Mugi, can he find the supports on the back? However, there's a buyback coming through. Waxy wants to try and reach on the fight here. Looks like Faith actually died back towards the Dire lineup. They do lose 2. But it looks like they should be able to get Roshan afterwards, so what an LSA from the Lina. Oh my lord. Look at the damage. Wow, beautifully played from Kaka there. And oh, this could be a play though. Waxy, can he steal? Oh, he might be able to steal this actually. Has to. Here he goes. Snowball. Oh, the speed. Oh, well done. Oh, well done from JT. And now Waxy's going to end up dropping. Damn, that was incredibly close. Who got it? Storm got it as well. That's definitely the hero you wanted on. I gotta stop clapping. I get so excited. Sometimes they're so loud and I can tell. You know when a good clap, when you connect on a good clap, oh, it feels so nice. It makes the loudest sound. Double essence ring, Pog. I mean, Storm's about to have Bloodstone with ages now. Like, Emo can probably just actually take over this game. The Bloodstone is a very big snowballing item, and I brought up, I think we might see the Bloodstone have a little bit more priority on a couple of these heroes, just because we saw yesterday the patch where all these items, you know, we're not seeing spell amplification, we're not seeing magical resistance or movement speed now on agi, strength, intel items. Any of these stats. So the Bloodstone, oh, actually Wizard top might be under threat. Emo uses all his mana, doesn't find any damage with the zip, but he's still got the movement speed to find the vortex. Radiant want to take the fight, but Dai have a very good ward in the area with the outpost control as well. Firefly's going to try and TP out, but he won't be successful. Hasn't got enough mana to be able to pop the board as well, so unfortunately Firefly will end up dropping. But like I was saying, I think the Bloodstone might have a little bit more value just because it is an item that has this innate... Oh, you blocked the pull. Yeah, blocked the stack. Because it has this built-in spell amplification. You know, every stack of the Bloodstone, every charge, you get more amp. And that's very similar with the gold 10% getting reduced. We might see Bounty and Alchemist, I think, have a lot of priority right now. This is a good fight for Dire. They just got Bloodstone picked up. Okay. An extra charge. Very nicely done. They want to continue. Dire still have this really good observable on the backline here, so they're going to find Mookie. Holding on to the Vortex until JT is able to get in range for the setup. They don't even need the Spirit. It's a godlike spree now for Emo, who's going to be able to deal with the Helm Dom. Plus 200 gold. You love to see it. Emo having an incredible performance so far on the Storm Spirit. Invictus Gaming up 5,000 gold. They might smoke down bot as well, or just make... Do they ever smoke? They do on Oli, but Lycan is doing a very good job with the Wolves scouting. I will point that out. So they are able to get some vision. The deny.
Radiant's top tower.
We've still got 2 minutes on the Aegis as well. Radiant. They got everyone in the area. Lycan's going to be up in a couple seconds. Still doesn't have the Necro 3, so it does feel like the Lycan wants to continue farming. Dire instead, they want to continue fighting. That's the question though. With the Accepted up, where's the follow-up stun? AQ's going to be able to provide that. Where's the help power? But Vigil Blink will get revealed now. Storm is going to end up losing the first life. The egg on the western side as well. Mookie's going to show up to the engagement. This could be relatively decent for them. The egg's going to pop, but is it enough to control the Storm? But zip out, zip back in. Oh, it's just so goddamn tanky. But even Flyfly's going to show up to the fight here. Wizard with the drag back. Emo wanting to stack up the Bloodstone charges, and it looks like he will be successful. But now Lycan's going to be in trouble here. Pinned up against. Shapeshift's about to wear off, but JT, beautifully done. And I'm going to tell you what, laddies, it's not easy at all. And so you see Kaka almost falling. Might actually jump to the Archer if he runs up. I'll tell you what, it is not easy to stun a Lycan who's full charge, full steam ahead with that ultimate as a Mars. JT did a really good job there. Is also second in the net worth. JT is fat as anything on this position 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This attempt actually might have... Nah, probably would have hit one of the trees. Probably would have hit that one. Gotta be careful. Radiant have a nice ward in the area. Maybe Waxy can find a shards block. Won't be able to. I will also say that I can't remember when they picked the Ursa. I think it was after the Tusk. But also that Earth Shock is also really nice to deal with the shards and kind of the snowball as well for the positioning. But Arena doesn't actually control anyone. You see JT with the well played instantly. But they've been really trying with this tier 1 tower mid for quite a while now. And we'll finally get it. Has given a little bit of space to Mugi to still work for the Necros. He didn't want to show up to that fight mid. Really wanted to try and find the Necro 3s. And he's getting later and later towards the BKB. And as this game goes on, I think Emo might just be able to take over this game. Even though the Ursa is someone that does not scale too well as a position 1. I feel like Emo is definitely the hero of this game for Invictus Gaming. And you take a look, you know, even though Legion had that relatively good start, you go Blink first, and it's just for your Jewels. When Jewels on cooldown, if you don't even kill anyone through Jewel, then Blink feels a bit meh. But I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying that Blink first is just, at the moment, it feels really rough on anyone. Like, you really want this other item before you get it to kind of tank you up. This is a big kill. Mookie's doesn't have Necro 3s yet. Uh-oh. Is it forward Mookie? It's right next to the towers, but it looks like there's TP rotations aren't going to be fast enough. They won't even attempt it. So Mookie drops again right before the Necros. They're going to be able to clean up all the creeps as well. They really need to get the Helm Dom. Storm's got bottle jar. Okay, they found it anyway. He just doesn't even keep microing it. So Storm's going to go Lincoln's next. Has 20 Bloodstone charges as well. He doesn't have any nulls actually, which is interesting. You usually see a lot of at least 1 or 2. But the one thing, I mean, Emo's worried about is it's a lot of single target lockdown from Newbee. So the Lincolns is going to be incredibly strong this game to help protect the Storm, as we see. Dire, they're probably just going to continue trying to find the farm. Oh, I see that, but mid lane, long zip in. Emo won't be able to catch Faith, however. Daytime vision, it looks like he will be able to get himself away. So Dire are actually playing a lot more aggressive than what I thought they would. I thought they would... Oh, JT. Oh my lord, man. Look how much damage he just did. He's level 17. Holy shit. JT is... Oof. I mean, this is struggle town right now. I thought Dire were going to play a little bit more passive until Roche, but it looks like they don't actually need to. Like, they know how strong they are. I think Lycan needs to go BKB next, but...
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower.
It is hard to hit the spear. The only thing I'm worried about is the arena to control the Lycan throughout the fire. That's the only thing I'm worried about. See though. Newbee gonna try and protect the tier 2 tower. They have very good vision in the area, so they feel pretty content with being able to take that engagement. But Newbee right now playing very reactionary. Invictus Gaming are making all these proactive plays. We see another zip in. Emo's gonna be careful. Gonna walk up the high ground, and he'll back off. Yeah, I mean, how long's that route for? Is it 2? 1.75. Okay. He'll set the setup. Ursa should be able to get the ultimate off fast enough, but now JT with the counter initiation. There's the snowball on the outside here. Wizards going to try and find the jewel. Won't be successful. They need to cut up the fight here. The egg gets popped. Ogre actually runs into the middle of it, so Ollie's going to get stunned here. Now Moogie with the ultimate dive. They can kite the fight until the shapeshift does wear off. And now the egg got used as well. Fly. And Rage, nice shots, blocks him out. They'll get the jewel as well. JT tries to protect him with the spear. Emo's even going to zip into the middle of the fight here. Looks like they continue with the fight, but Invictus Gaming, this isn't an advantageous one for you. You're going to now hard retreat, but it's going to be difficult with the speedy pony charging straight at you, and another perfect shot as well. Kaka will get caught out. They are very lucky Roshan is not up, but they're going to end up losing 3. And the egg didn't seem the greatest. I mean, Ollie just walked back into it, and then they tried to take the fight. Like, I don't think... I still think 5-on-5 engagements we see there that Newbie still feel decent. Like, Emo didn't find the initiation, which felt really awkward at the start. And until he gets Lincoln's, like, Emo hasn't been hitting creeps. Like, he's still top of the net worth, but you see, it's felt like he's been on the Void Stone and the Lincoln's recipe for a long time. Like, this game could just snowball out of control. Like, it is... I think next Roche is the one that... If Dire get next Roche, then I feel like they're going to be pretty content. Because then Storm could just have... You know, if he's able to have the 20 Bloodstone charges with Aegis and then Lincoln's, I actually don't see how they kill him. But the Yo Scepter is a big issue, though, with, on the Lesh. Who's also going to be going for the Sunjin Kaya. That is the next choice from AQ, and they're going to smoke up here, Radiant. They've got a really nice ward on the high gun. They're going to wrap around long line drawn. They don't have Mugi in this smoke maneuver. Dire have a very nice ward on the high gun. If Radiant get too aggressive, they could get baited into a unfavorable position. It's not a spot you want to fight. You see Dire kind of aware of this. No one's showing the lanes. Like, no one hasn't shown top. Bod's not getting pushed as well. Yeah, Invictus Gaming well aware of this movement coming through from Newbee. And Roche will be up in 5 seconds as well. So they smoked just before it. Unable to find anything. How much gold do we got? So still 2200 on the Lycan. What's the less... Okay. So it feels like Newbee need to try and find a pick off underneath this vision and then go Roche, and which looks they're going to try and do straight onto JT. He's got the bulwark, but I don't think there's going to be enough protection. A little bit too far away from the team. Very nicely done. 58 stolen damage now. Fly is doing Roche, and Dire don't have any vision, and it's about to end. They're going to have to do something. Radiant, second Roche is just going to drop here. Emo claims it. They're just going to walk down mid though. After Roche falls, I think this is the right call. You might even be able to go higher gun and force them back. You're a little worried that JT might be able to buy back and then reset up a fight with like a zip in from Emo. So they'll find a tier 2. They're going to walk down bot. But at the vision right now, in kind of this vicinity, I don't know what I was doing with that drone, but As soon as Dire with this Aegis start to play a little aggressive, Radiant aren't gonna have defensive vision to be able to protect them. Which sometimes it's nice having aggressive wards because then you're able to scout out like the smoke movements. But if they just occupy your jungle, then you won't be able to get outside the base series. Let me see. It's a lot of kills at the moment. We had over 100 last game. Wizard? Oh. Onto the beefy Ogre, but it looks like with enough newbie heroes in the area, Wizard's now stacking up the damage. He's doing a very good job. 76 right now. We saw earlier today the Legion Commander not have any damage stolen. This is not the same. Wizards 76, 27 into the game. There is a BKB now on the Ursa. I don't know why I'm on GPM, sorry. Ursa is actually doing really well with keeping up in farm on Fly. A little bit behind on last hits, but I mean, they've been able to take multiple roasters. The towers they've only got 3 towers compared to the 4 on Radiant. Maybe Fly is being able to find some streaks as well, but yeah, usually Ursa's not really a hero that's able to flash farm too well. But Fly is doing a relatively good job. And with that being said, I mean, it feels like Radiant aren't really too ready to fight. Like, I thought Necros and BKB was going to be what they were wanting. Now Lycan's completing the Assault Cuirass. And Radiant don't think they can get too aggressive with this. Like, maybe they can pick off a couple heroes, but as soon as Dire start grouping up, and looks like they might smoke underneath this Observe Ward. They are kind of grouped as 4. Ogre's got 2 smokes as well. Sentry just out of range, damn. Yeah, so this is gonna get scouted out here. There you go. Alright. No, see the smoke. They're actually going to go to the northern side. Here's the top side of the map. In the meantime, Tuskar is left to his own devices. Waxy's actually going to go for the blink. We saw him queue up the Deso for a long time actually, but what do we got? Mugi? No, they won't find anyone. They're going to double back. Mid's getting pushed out, so they need to deal with the lanes right now. Radiant did I mean, that was a beautiful ward from them. So either that means there's vision in the area, or, which I actually would presume, because the lanes were actually in a decent spot for Dire to take that fight. But they just didn't have that long zip potential. Has he got Link? Yeah, he's got Lincoln's. Also has 1300 gold in the bank, but mid lane. You also see that 10-minute interval. Looks like both teams going to be able to get one outpost. AQ, long zip in. Emo will be able to catch him. Wizards on the back with the prestige attack, so AQ's going to be able to survive here. Emo uses a lot of mana. JT actually can't. I don't think you take this fight with Emo's lack of mana. Radiant are split up though, so maybe that's a fight where they could. What are we at looking for the neutrals? T3 is picked up from both teams. Radiant don't have. They've got a couple in the bank right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A couple bad boys in there too. Philosopher. Mindbreaker ain't too shabby. Waxy might cut the next, not this wave, maybe the wave after. Yeah, he's got a TP as well. Actually intrigued what he's kind of doing up here, Emo. Lincoln's gonna get popped here, but they didn't have any vision of the rest of the team, so they thought he was potentially baiting. I mean, they just saw the Lina down bot. Look how aggressive Emo's playing. Like, with the Lincolns, what do they do against the Storm right now? Like, Emo's just taking away the farm from Radiant. Like, how close is the... Yeah, I really think Newbee just gonna stall out this Aegis, which they will do successfully. Looks like Dire are only going to be able to find a 2-2 tower. They might find Waxy, does have a blink, but isn't able to get it off fast enough. So Emo with the TP. This is gonna force Invictus Gaming to have to get away from mid. As you see, they'll do this straight away, just in case they get caught without the Storm. But Beyond God like Spreena right now for the... What? How? Okay. Trees just got cut down there, so... Now top as well. AQ's gotta be careful. Moves incredibly fast, but Emo has got this fresh mana pool as well, with the Aegis getting ticked out. So really nice heads up play from Emo, utilizing the Aegis regen. There's gonna be 22 Bloodstone charges for your Storm Spirit. And again, as soon as they go for a pick off, they leave mid just in case they don't have the numbers. Faith? What the hell? Now Mugi? What? What is happening, Mugi? Okay, there's another gonna drop here. Oh, he's just a Laguna play. What am I watching? 150 gold, goddamn worth it. That's a lot of mana, but I got no idea what just happened. Alright. Locks the soul ring. Up we go. Dai do like a... I don't think Dai push through fast. Storm's still doing some shenanigans across the map. Doesn't have a whole lot of mana to play around with, but I don't think Wizard by himself without the Blade Mail can find the kills. So Emo with this regen is just going to kind of stop the... it doesn't even have TP anyway on the Legion, so he's winning this fight at the moment. And there's no one to help out the Legion. What is happening? Emo is just... I think he should be able to win this as well, right? I mean, this is quite the engagement. What just happened? I'm good. These past couple of minutes have been so weird. No one went to help. I guess if they TP, then they just get cut off. Like, now they're outside the base. Oh, Jules on cooldown. He must have gone for it on the... would have popped the Lincolns, I guess. Because he does not... yeah, maybe the Hellwood was a little bit too late. But, alright. They'll take the tier 2 top, then they're going to walk up higher ground. 24 Bloodstone charges on the Storm. Has got the cheese as well. Zip onto the backline. A Ghost Scepter protects the Phoenix, but the bot spear from JT. Very nicely done. Wax is going to end up dropping as well. 2 dead on Newbee. Blacken's going to try and do as much as he can, but it looks like now with the arena drop forces that shapeshift just have no effect. They might lose Emo, but it's still got that cheese to play around with. Very nice. And that's the one thing I was worried about the arena. You just sit in it, or it protects anyone when he pops the shapeshift. And no, don't die, JT. Oh, he does. All right. Dire, they're gonna be able to take game 1. Very convincing. 34 minutes in. I don't know if I'd say very convincing. It was convincing in the end. I mean, Emo just shined on this Storm. Did he die? I don't think he died, right? Nah, 14-0. A very good Storm game from Emo. I think Newbee just had to... I don't know how much the Assault Cuirass really played an effect. I think Mugi needed to go BKB and then group up. There were a couple... Well, I think second Roche should never fall like that. As soon as you take Roche on IG, I think this game just gets very difficult. Like when... the play when Newbee made where they tried to steal Roche was... I think that could have been a play where they can just snowball off that first Aegis, but... quick scan from IG, and then they're able to kind of get in the area, and they kind of have better team fight at that stage. Do they even? They were ahead enough at that stage anyway to disrupt the first Aegis that Newbee tried to steal. And yeah, it just felt like I think Newbee going to the later portions couldn't deal with the Storm, so they really had to try and put the pressure onto the map early, which they did. They're able to get enough towers, but I think they started playing a little bit too passive, maybe more reactionary. But IG do really well with their draft. They wait till the Storm. I mean, got a super quick Bloodstone timing, actually, from Emo. And they were just able to cause havoc with this in the end. I mean, it's just a really good Storm game, and it's always fun to watch this hero. It just causes so much chaos. I mean, if you can't jump him, it just feels like the enemy team... It feels so awkward with not being able to do anything, which ends up happening. So, Emo and the gang on Invictus Gaming, they're going to be able to take game 1 through this best of 3. Might be a quick series with how it's turning out. We'll see what Newbee are going to be able to do with a quick break until our second game.